Freudisch, du bist in Wacken. Guess what, guys? Eric is in the Holy Land, Wacken. It would just be this way that my first time in Wacken, no festival. Well, we all know what's happening this year in 2020. Sadly, no festivals. I had an opportunity today to come and see the empty festival grounds here in Wacken, and I was not gonna say no to that. So, Krautsalat, Eric in Wacken. All right, my first time in Wacken. I roll into the small village and it's pouring rain. One thing that I've always heard about Wacken is that it's always raining when you come here. And now the festival's not even happening. It's a month earlier than it normally is, and it's pouring rain. Maybe that's a good welcoming sign to make me feel like I've arrived in Wacken. Let's check out some things. I got some 10 facts for you, and let's learn a little bit about this festival. From 800 people in 1990 to 10,000 people in 1997, it doubled, 20,000 people in 1998. 5 years later, 30,000 people, and now we see 75,000 people paying to come to this little festival. Little. Almost 100,000 people come here. That's crazy. Welcome to Wacken. The Wacken infield. Right in this spot here is where the three main stages are. Faster, harder, and louder. So the infield is the epicenter of the festival. I've been told, because as you know, this is my first time coming here. I've not been to the festival itself. I've been told that when this opens up on Thursday, that the crowd just rages in almost like a battle zone, like they're coming ready for war. Standing here by the stage and seeing all these metalheads. Ah! I know what I'm doing next year. So you got to see my first experience at Wacken. The cherry on top of that little cupcake is that I get to meet the man behind all of the magic for 30 plus years now, Mr. Thomas Jensen. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Eric.
Yeah, I know you got a lot of things to do, so I've got a couple questions for you today, if you don't mind. In 30 years of Wacken, was there ever one that really stood out to you that if you could relive it again, you would take it?
First of all, sorry that we can't deliver this year. It's for the very first time. It's sad, but
yeah,
I think it's absolutely mandatory that we go through this. And,
yes, definitely.
Whatever. Yeah, is there one outstanding? No, I think every year has its special moments. And from coming as a fan, every year there were experiences or band performances or musicians that really touched my fan heart. But also unexpected things. No, I can't really name one year that really stood out.
Ah, that's fine. My first impression of that answer tells me that you really appreciate what you're doing every year.
Yeah, absolutely. So, every year it's a new journey, and there's a lot of elements who are always the same, and it feels like, for me, it is my home. I grew up there. I've been born and raised there, but also it's like coming home because you know so many people. It's people from all over the world. Just on that weekend they're gathering. So but every year it's different. In between those editions, there's always a year of life, and who can tell in these times what can happen in 1 year. Yeah. So there's a lot of things going on.
When I was younger, we used to have family reunions.
Yeah.
Once a year, as many people from the family that could get together.
Yeah.
And so that's what I imagine in my head.
It's a family barbecue.
Yeah.
It's like in the States, 4th of July.
Yeah.
It's for our highest celebration day, I would say. It's Christmas, Easter, and birthday party in one.
All in one.
Yeah, we're very proud that a lot of people, a lot of metalheads all over the world feel the same. They make this weekend, very, very special every year. But it's always different. Yeah, it's the same and always different.
Yeah, I can imagine that. That's cool. One thing the festival goers love is their beer. On average, 400,000 liters of beer is consumed here during the festival. And to help out with that, in 2017, the organizers put in a pipeline somewhere coming through here that pumps the beer in so that they're constantly well stocked and supplied. Raise those horns, guys. You guys drink a lot of fucking beer. The size of the festival grounds is amazing. About 4 times the size of the Wacken village itself. And if you've been watching my other videos, we also know that it's about half the size of the Island Rita in Hanover. It's a good sized festival ground. Every year since the year 2000, the opening act for the festival is the local volunteer fire department marching band. That's cool. But also I've been told that the first band to play there on the main stage is Skyline. I just imagine they all come running in. Yeah! Yeah! Wacken! Yeah! When I was standing in the empty infield, now I'm a singer, I love being on stage. I took a moment to stand approximately where the stage is, and I looked out into the open field, and I just tried to imagine. Now, my question for you, for a newbie, someone coming to the festival for the very first time, is there a spot on the festival grounds that you would recommend that someone could stand there and just kind of take in and be like, wow, I'm at Wacken?
It's like our good friend Sam Dunn described it, you know, the Canadian filmmaker. Yeah. Right in the middle of the pit.
Yeah.
A little bit, maybe I would say, right between the 2 stages.
Okay.
Then you got the whole dimension. You're right in the gathering of worldwide metalheads.
Yeah.
So I think that's really the spot. It's not what a lot of music business people think next to the monitor guy. Right in front, and then you got the full experience of the production, the light.
That's where the heart is pumping.
And you got the full impact of the sound system, of the bass especially.
Yeah.
So for me, that's always, I love to see shows in that spot, even in a venue, even in a small club.
I can relate and I can understand that. Another thing about your festival, your beer pipeline has become a legend of its own. One thing with all of these people tend to get drunk and a little stupid sometimes. Has anyone yet, and I don't recommend it, has anyone tried to tap into the pipeline?
Yeah, but it's well secured, and it's Titan tubes, so nobody can get to the liquid gold.
So someone will make a fool of themselves and get caught doing it. Okay. So the holy ground. You've heard me talk about this before in a couple other videos, but this really is the Wacken Holy Ground. They actually have signs, you know, because there's a lot of respect and people really do care for and worship these grounds. They even put up signs saying, do not pee on the holy ground. Worship the land that you walk on. Worship the land that you rock on. In 1990, we had the first Wacken Open Air. About 800 people were here, 6 bands played, and the entrance was 12 Deutsche Mark. This is the location right here. They call it the Kuhle. Now it serves as the backstage because over there are the big stages. Electricity. The festival uses 12 megawatts of juice to power this thing. That's a lot of electric! With the thousands of bands and musicians that have played at Wacken Open Air, sadly, many have died over the years before getting a chance to play.
Yeah.
If you could resurrect someone from the dead to play at Wacken, who would you pick?
Phil Lynott, Thin Lizzy.
Yeah.
Would be definitely Dimebag Darrell. There's many. Every metalhead, even musicians that I don't know, I would have loved to welcome to Wacken. So I think it's sad if somebody dies.
Yeah.
And we lost so many yeah, great musicians. We're glad that we had Ronnie James Dio. We're glad, definitely the Motorhead experience. We had a lot of bands that, yeah, where I was personally involved, like Pete Wells from Rose Tattoo played the festival, Mick Cox from Rose Tattoo played the festival. So the festival is connected to a lot of bands and to bits and pieces of their life.
Yeah.
And a lot of bands are connected to the life of the festival. So yeah, I would have loved to have every band.
I also have some experience organizing small shows. You always come across people that are a bit sour, people that don't really like what you're doing, like some haters, like maybe you do something a little bit better than they did. Now, I can imagine with everything you had to go through to really build this festival and then have it become what it is, what kind of ridiculous hate have you seen? Like, has someone ever said anything that was just so stupid that you just had to laugh it off?
No, not really into my face. Not really.
Of course not to your face.
Not really. And on the other hand side, if you're proud of what you're doing, I go with Lemmy. Yeah? What do I care about the rest of the people?
Great answer.
I think this is the attitude you should have. You coming back to the family. We're doing it for the family, and if the family is happy, what do I care about people who don't like it?
Yeah. So from the 6 bands the first year and the 12 Deutsche Mark to get in, this thing built up to 170 bands last year and 220 euro for the ticket. That's a lot of partying, guys. You see these 3 X's behind me? This was part of the stage last year celebrating 30 years of Wacken. And to make all of that possible, festival employs about 5,000 people. Among that 5,000, there's about 1,800 security, 150 people cleaning, about 70 people for building and deconstructing the stages and the fences. For emergency and safety, they've got about 400 police officers, 250 firefighters, 90 paramedics, and 6 emergency doctors. So if you bust your ass, someone here is going to be able to help you. Safety first. So guess what? It's raining again in Wacken. No surprise. But I got a little more information for you. Wacken is loud. It's known that some of the bands are playing at volumes of about 120 decibels. We know that the first band plays at about 11 in the morning and the bands go until about 3 in the morning. So you have a few hours. If you're not partying too hard and you really want to get some sleep, that's your time frame to do it, because it does quiet down a little bit. Got to keep the locals happy, you know. Thomas?
Good to meet you.
Yeah, good to meet you too.
Was a pleasure.
Yeah, and
cool.
Best of luck. I have a really good feeling that this is going to go really well.
Yeah.
And
Thanks a lot for your help.
I'll see you next year. I'll be in the pit.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Awesome.
Take care.
Yep. All right, so what do you think? We're going to have the festival next year? I sure hope so. But in the meantime, I'm very grateful to be able to come here today and see the festival grounds. Got to experience a little bit of the true feeling with the rain. I'll come back next year and really feel what this is like. See the bands, get a different image, and I hope to see you there. So till next time, Feierabend.